How are you doing, brothers and sisters? As usual, I'm going to check the sound to make sure that it is loud and clear. Let me listen up. It is loud and clear. So we're good to go. The title of this video is FU. You have the 2 stars, F 2 stars, CK, U. Barbarian Reggie's poor methodology. I'm going to document how our dear scholar Reggie gets down. He says F you, F him, to each his own. We already have Jeremiah in the place to be. Peace to you. Hope you're doing well. For strange reason, Twitter does not work. That's why I haven't shared this live stream. I'm gonna see if there's any chance that it works on a mobile, on the application. Bear with me. And we have Ayadela in the place to be. Hotep. Some people have reached an all-time low. They use profanity. They insult you. An all-time low. Hold on. So there it is. And then they play the victim. Okay, I will put this here. Come on in, brothers and sisters. As usual, I have shared the invite link for those who would like to get on the panel. Everybody's welcome. But the lame suckers, they love to be on their own platform where they can, put people on hold and talk smart. And we have the Twitter fingers. They are so skilled with their fingers. I hope the application of Twitter will work. Let's find out if it was worthy for me to take all that time. Oh, we have what do you mean? I don't understand the message. Please elaborate for me. And greetings to you, bigger. I already said bigger. Well, it works on the application. If I go back to the Twitter website, yeah, error. Okay, well, in case you want to use Twitter, the website doesn't seem to work, at least not for me, but the application works. So we should have more people joining this live stream in a few minutes. Yeah. What are you talking about? You know, when you say you don't have to use this moniker, which pseudonym? I'm just lost. I don't understand what you're talking about. We have all the time, you know. Just trying to understand what you're saying to me. People are on the decline, and it's just sad to witness. It's really sad to witness. Oh, that's lovely. Now, I might forget later on. So right now, I'm going to share a link. And this is regarding a Twitter finger dude. It says that Prophet Muhammad was black, jet black. So the video is called Arabic and Abiyad and Bayada, Lane's Lexicon. See that fool? Oh, big. I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I'm gonna call you big. So that fool there, he waited for me to bounce. It's a new habit now. It's a new fashion. They wait for me to bounce, and then they talk smack. So you will see the video. You know that fool came in, left some comments on my video, trying to grandstand. I've used his own source to shut him up, and I never heard from him ever since. You know, and it's been probably a couple of years or something. But now he had an opportunity to holler. You know. Yeah, I know about Monica, but I just didn't know what he was talking about. So it's all clear. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty now. "100 likes. Our brother Smash is doing so well. I'm putting the title and I'm about to share the link to our brother Smash Rockwell's live stream. As you can see, the title is Magi Archers, space dash space, the defenders of Kemet. No one gets a pass. I was there and things went left. All hell broke loose. Let me share the screen. The timestamp that I am on right now is 3 hours, 35 minutes, 20 seconds. Watch it. Now, Garfield, hold on. You're asking a question, Garfield. Okay. First, you said there's no version. Asking a question, Garfield. Okay. First, you said there's no version. As you can see, it is loading. I hope the video has not been removed. I have internet connection so far. Asking a question, Garfield. Okay. First, you said there's no version. It's the same. Well, not a virgin. Show me eyes. It's when you want to show something to people. Always when you want to show something to people. I always keep 5 seconds forward. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna refresh the page. $335.20. Okay, try again. No,
Watch it.
no, Garfield, hold on. You're asking a question, Garfield.
Okay.
First, you said there's no virgin. ISIS was not a virgin. Show me ISIS on the text being a virgin, and I just did that.
Moving
Well,
on.
no, but now.
Yeah, let him speak, Garfield. Come on, Garfield. All right, that's cool. You don't believe him.
Now, for the record, you heard Garfield. No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe. Smash tells him, let him speak. But he has discipline. That's being respectful. That's not being disrespectful. I'm not tripping over that, but you will hear later on the narrative. Some people think that they can just narrate to you what's going on, even though you have eyes and you can see, and you have ears and you can hear. But they're doing a narrative to tell this is what happened, this is what I said.
But let's keep some order. Let him talk. Let him talk.
It's fine. It's fine if you don't believe me. My source is the Gutenberg, that German dictionary, the most complete dictionary of ancient Egyptian.
Like a woman.
I just let.
Now here, Garfield, when he's acting like a woman, he said woman. So now you will see how much of a pussy cat, how much of a female cat he is. You will hear it because I'm going to ask him, what did you say? And if he was thorough, if he was a man, he would have repeated, I said that. But listen up.
Please just let him talk, Garfield, because you got to let him say his piece.
I asked one question, man. You going back into stuff that we already deal with already.
What did you just say?
Festival.
Nah, this is Barbarian Reggie. Reggie said he's not comedic, and he behaves like a savage. He behaves like a barbarian, and we're gonna listen to him. Bro, Asiatic. Is it the is it Afro-Asiatic who used to be on? Is it the NY members? The NY members. Is it the NY member? Is that you, brother? From New Jersey? He wrote, bro, they don't got you into the mundane. I don't know what you mean by they got you into the mundane. But you can tell me if it's you, it's no problem. I'm not gonna, trip because we had a brother, Afro-Asiatic. Yeah, initially it was Asiatic Black Man 19. We had so many discussions. We went to so many different sources, but ultimately I ended up blocking him because he was trying to act like what I was saying about Muslim Muhammad challenged me was not accurate, and I couldn't take it. But if it's you, it's cool. No, not you. Yeah, not you, Ayadela. I was asking about him, Afro-Asiatic. Maybe I've clicked on the wrong comment. So Aya, Sister Aya Garfield is a mischief maker, and Bro Reg is a twisted flip-flop opportunist who just can't seem to win at anything on his own. Shaking my damn head. We have the Pharaohist. How you doing? Okay, so as you can hear, Garfield is talking. He interrupted me, but I'm not tripping. Reggie also is talking. He's getting on, he's interrupting, but that's not disrespectful. It doesn't want me using profanity.
Ask for a festival.
Yeah, no, I can hear Reggie. Question. No, in the first place, he's challenging about ISIS being a virgin. Now that has been demonstrated, and he's not putting it up the bag, but I'm not sleeping on it. Now he's like a cult when she is a virgin. You hearing, Reggie? But it's all good. I'm not tripping on that though. But you will hear later on. Barbarian Reggie. He's not comedic. He doesn't deal with spirituality. He doesn't deal with religion, but he's skilled about being a barbarian, a savage. Now, the Pharaohist wrote, Shaka, why are you allowing your vibration to be lowered by Christians? Which one is the Christian? Garfield? He said he's not a Christian. He screamed at Jesus, but he said he's not a Christian. But I'm just documenting what happened. That's all. It's important for people to know. It's very important. We're dealing with the top scholars of the conscious community right now.
All right, y'all ain't gonna let him talk. Why y'all ain't gonna let him talk? Why y'all doing
that? That's how
they
get down. That's how they get down.
Come on, let him talk, and then y'all can respond after he finished. Like, what's up?
Because they're gonna. Okay. Garfield, you stated publicly that Reggie was not helping you for the debate with Jabari. Reggie. Oh yeah, you. Now, I stop here because Smash is telling me, okay, I'm off topic now. Then after that, I'm saying, so they determined the topic. He said, no, that's not what we're talking about right now. I'm like, okay, I'll wait, and then I'll ask my question. But you've heard how they interrupted me or interjected. I didn't trip. I didn't say that's disrespectful. I'm offended. It's not going to be long, brothers and sisters. Now moving to timestamp. Oh, it's obviously 3. So timestamp 3:43:37.
Nobody's helping me there.
No, I'm not. No. For the record, maybe you're not aware, Garfield, but Reggie said yesterday that he is helping you. So basically, you're saying that Reggie's lying.
That's fine. But hold on. If Reggie says that, that's fine. So why are we making a big deal out of that?
No, it's not a big deal. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But you cannot just lie to the people like that.
He just
one of you two is lying. Which one is lying?
You are lying. You are lying because
Reggie. Hold on. Okay, before this conversation goes left, you asked something about Reggie helping me. Is there something else you wanted to ask?
No.
Now, mind you, it's important to play that as well, because those guys are incredible. Reggie said that Heru is Greek. We have it on tape. And he's like, oh, what I meant is, okay. And I told you about this. What I meant was this. What I meant was that.
Yeah. I mean, his pharaoh could have been a Greek, but I don't.
Well, I tell you what, Heru was Greek.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the stories of Heru being conceived is during the Greek time period.
He said Heru is Greek because one of the stories of him being conceived is from the Greek time period. One of the stories of Heru being conceived is from the Greek time period. Therefore, Heru is Greek. Instead of saying, well, what I said was not accurate. It's like, well, what I meant was, it's okay. I'm not tripping on that. I'm not tripping on that. But what tickled them, what bothered them, is that we have seen indeed that contrary to what Garfield stated publicly, those guys don't respect the people. They lie to the people. It's not a problem. If you respect the people, you will not just outright lie to them. You see? This is the slide. The opening round of Garfield's debate versus Jabari, if it happens, if that happens. Reggie shared that. But that's okay. They're going to make excuses. I told you they're going to make excuses. The worst thing is that Reggie stated out of his own mouth that he is helping Garfield for his upcoming debate with Jabari. No, I'm sharing the wrong one. And I'm going to let you hear it, and then we can continue.
I think really you holding on to a grudge, and I don't want you to get blinded by that. And just, you got to move past that one.
You know how I moved on? Smash doesn't like it, but I'm helping Garfield, right? To see, and we're gonna see whose research in general is poor. So Garfield doesn't need my help, but there's some things that I can help him on, but he doesn't need my help, right? But so I will do it that way. I am very, very passive aggressive.
Yes, he's very passive aggressive. So in summary, what they say, well, some people are giving me advice. It's not only him. Other people give me advice. Even Unc went in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What it means is what it means. And I told Unc, you don't need to explain what another dude said. But, it's fine. But that reminds me, though, when somebody used profanity against me, when the anonymous lender video was made by one of his team member back then, and I talked to him about that. He's like, oh, that's how we do in America. We just talk ish. You know what I'm saying? Also, in America, people talk ish and they say your mother is all those profanity words and your father is all those profanity words. I mean, please, please, don't be elitist. Don't act like people don't have any common sense. But it's okay. I'm not even tripping on that. Do you expect disingenuous people of admitting when they are wrong or when they are busted? It's okay. Mind you, those are the guys who went at Jabari and Kemetic people in general for 2 years straight, minimum. And I addressed them a few times. Over what? A couple of weeks? A few weeks? Has it been 1 month? They buckled under the pressure already. Now,
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good discourse.
Reggie,
Y'all did that
Reggie,
too.
go ahead. You want to get some steam off your chest. So go
No,
ahead.
Reggie. Hold on, Reggie. Don't feed into this, bro. We're having a beautiful show.
Yeah,
Sometimes, Reggie, we got to take a step back and just let the show go.
Yeah, let's not fight.
I'm not feeling. I'm gonna say an incantation for the brother.
No, I don't want to fight. You're the guy who screamed at Jesus. You're the guy who earlier called me a sissy. It's all good. But now, I didn't play. But after Garfield went, it's acting like a woman. And when I asked him, what did you say? What did you say earlier? He wouldn't repeat it because it's a female cat. He got it twisted. When we are facing each other, it's like Batishon. I would love for you, Garfield, to keep that same energy because you guys really have it twisted. They know I'm in Europe, so they talk like that. Whenever, if it happens, we face each other, I would like you to keep that same energy and use those terms. I might be in a good mood, and it's going to be all right. I might be in a bad mood, and then we're going to see if you can, demonstrate that you are holding on to your words. Because for those that don't know, Sinatra called Garfield and Reggie the B word. He said, y'all the B word. And he wrote it later on. Now, those two female cats, 2 days later, they went on Sinetra's platform. But they think like, oh, that dude, yeah, he's in Europe. I'm going to talk to him like that. If we see each other, keep that same energy. Already you show that you are a female cat. Because you will not even repeat that stuff about woman. You're lame. You are a lame. The dude is so used to being on his platform with his Power Rangers. If the debate happens to Jabari, when Jabari will speak, Garfield will not stay in place. He will be moving, shaking, whining. He will look for the mute button. He will look for the button to kick him out. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a rough ride, Now, and don't start no one be no. They tried to humiliate me. They tried to embarrass me. And it backfired at them. And they can't handle it. And for the record, because you see the title starts with FU. This is what Reggie, you will hear him say that to me. I saw a video. He was on Sinetra's platform. It might still be online. And it was one of the twin brothers. There's one red pill, one blue pill. And at one point, the conversation got heated somehow. And Reggie told one of those twins, I don't know which one it was, if it's the blue one or the red one, I'm saying something and you can't handle it. And the dude started to remove his hat and remove his jacket. And he said, yo, there's nothing I can handle. Sarnetta came to the rescue and stopped him from doing something to Reggie. Reggie wasn't, he did not show or say anything that will uh, let people know or let his opponent know that is about it. He was glad that he was being saved by Sarnetta. There was another time when there was some debate with some Hebrew Israelites, and the guy speaking, the guy was debating. He said something negative towards Reggie. Reggie got upset. He stood up and he walked to get out. But as he walked to get out, he actually walked by the stage. The Hebrews were like, he put the mic down. He's like, okay. Reggie just passed him. But when he's online, it looks like he has a personality disorder. Now, when he's online now and he's being gassed up with his female cats, now he wants to act tough now. Now he wants, but when Sarnetta called him a B, we didn't see that demeanor. But it's all good. The dude is 57 years old. I don't see myself, doing something to a guy old like that. But if I'm in a bad mood and he keeps that same energy, it will be a shame. I don't see those guys using those terms towards other people. So it's clear that they don't have any respect for me. They don't have to like me. They don't have to appreciate me. But if you think you want to take a habit of disrespecting me, if you don't respect me, I don't respect you. As simple as that. Those guys think they're going to disrespect me and they're going to get respect in return. It doesn't work like that at all. So that is ridiculous when, once again, you're being called a B and 2 days later you go on the platform. Why? Because without that platform, the dude doesn't eat. He's not known. He doesn't have his own platform. He doesn't have a book. He's going on different platforms where people are making fun of him, laughing at him, but he's happy to be on some platform so he can spit his head towards Jabari. It's all good. Now, but Reggie, go ahead, get it off your chest so we can get it over with.
Your phone messing up, so you might wait till you.
Don't do it, Reggie. Don't do it.
You going in and out.
Garfield is his daddy now.
Hold on with all that. Hey, so Reggie, do you want to speak your piece?
You can't hear me? My father is deceased. Fuck you.
You heard that? Barbarian Reggie. He claims to be a scholar. He talks about scholarship. Jabari told him that about one point his methodology was poor or his scholarship was poor. Listen to him now. That's the guy who talks about Ma'an. That's the guy who talks about the Medunetched. That's the guy who talks about the elders, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark. If you listen to Brother Reggie for the last few months, maybe the last few years, I was with Dr. Clark. I was with Dr. Ben. I was with Professor James Smalls. His name dropping. You can be with the Pope. You can be with Jesus Christ. You can be with any prophets or patriarchs. What matters is your stance, your words, and your behavior. You can name drop all you want. This guy seems to think that because he was close to so-and-so, that makes his scholarship relevant. But let's listen up.
Oh, wow, man. How y'all do all that?
All right. Well,
bring up my parents. Fuck you.
I don't think he.
Now, the first time wasn't enough. Sometimes people take your kindness for weakness. Some people, if you go at them a certain way, they're like, oh, I shouldn't mess with that guy. But if you see a guy, has a calm demeanor, they feel like, oh, okay, I can act like this towards that guy. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. And he has the nerve to say, he talks about my parents. Don't talk about my parents. The narrative. So it's going to tell people, I said that because he talked about my parents. I said, now Garfield is his daddy because Garfield is speaking up for him. How is he disrespectful towards his parents? But that's the narrative. He will not admit that he's wrong. He has already became pseudo because he spent so much time with pseudos that he was contaminated by the pseudo virus, and now he is pseudo. Now, luckily for him, Garfield removed the live stream. He said that Heru is not the son of Osar. So I cannot play it, but I'm sure many heard it. And then he said Heru is Greek. He became officially pseudo. And now he has some new narrative.
He did that, Reggie, but he didn't do that, Reggie. Man. You made that up.
You heard what Smash Rockwell did said? He didn't do that, Reggie. You made that up. And that's called being fair. It's not taking my side. But you can't just create some narrative to justify your savage ways, your barbarous ways. Brothers and sisters, if Reggie acts like that publicly, live on air during a live stream, how do you think he talks when he's not on the air? Can you imagine the kind of thing he says about me and other people that don't agree with him? Because he takes us, when someone doesn't agree with him, he takes it as disrespect because he has a superiority complex. He feels superior to other people, and other people should back down and be quiet and listen and agree. Can you imagine the thing he might have said about Jabari and Kemetic people in general? You can only imagine when he says that live on the air.
Let's rewind. That's not what he said.
Let's rewind. That's not what he said.
My daddy. Garfield is my daddy now. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what I said. And it was not disrespect towards any of Reggie's family member. I shouldn't even need to say that, but they're gonna come up with that narrative. I really doubt that he will have the integrity to say he was wrong about that. Not only was wrong about what he said to me about using profanity, telling me F me, saying F you, but creating that narrative to try to justify that. He has hate because of jealousy towards Jabari, and he's creating a narrative as if Jabari is somehow dangerous to the community because he doesn't know the meta enough, or because they are, as he labels them, Kemetic Christians. I think it's better to be a Kemetic Christian and have Jabari's demeanor than to be a barbarian like Reggie, who's been amongst all these master teachers, all these scholars, and this is the way he behaves. This is the way he speaks.
Reggie, that's why I say, let me talk, Reggie.
So he said it twice, and he had to add another one for the road.
Is my daddy now. That's what he said.
Reggie, that's why I say, let me talk, Reggie, because I knew where it was going.
No, but listen,
I'm in Reggie, the same situation.
Reggie.
Hold on for a minute, my yacht, relax.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
I'm cool. I'm not going to.
Let me say this.
Yeah,
I'm in the same position.
So I wanted to say something, but Ankh came in and he wanted to speak. So I like, okay. And when Ankh finished, you will hear what I said. I basically let that slide. So I'm going to timestamp 3 hours, 46 minutes and 56 seconds. Keep the comments going, brothers and sisters. I will read them after. So I said 3 hours, 46 minutes and 56 seconds. 46, 56. That's it enough.
Answer.
Yeah, but calm down.
Y'all just have no idea.
Yeah, but
so he's not listening to us, bro. That's the real point. He got his own shit, his own measure. He don't need us. He's talking shit right now. So nobody's helping Garfield. He's not even listening.
Okay, that's fine.
Right, so put it on Garfield, not Reggie. Okay. Reggie is doing what Reggie do.
Hold on, wait, you can't do a monologue. Did you hear Reggie say that he's helping Garfield? Did you hear him say that?
That's Reggie talk. Yeah, we heard, and then we just cleaned it up. That's Reggie talking.
But you cannot clear what Reggie said. He's the one who said it. But
nobody asked Reggie. Reggie will tell you that, man, Garfield ain't even listening to me. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, my guy.
Okay, all right, okay. It's all good.
Cool. We got to the bottom of that one.
I'm done with that helping stuff. Reggie, I'm not your enemy. We can eventually, communicate in a better manner. That thing you said earlier, I let that slide. The things that I've said about you, it was in response to what happened. I was put on hold for like 40 minutes plus, and you said I was doing bad methodology. And then after you said you need to do more research. That's why I responded. So I'm not your enemy, but if you start saying that Heru is Greek and that Heru is not the son of Asar, you cannot blame me for disagreeing with that. So that's it for me for now.
That was well said. I don't know if you want to respond to that.
No, wait. This is what I said.
Let Reggie let Reggie speak, please.
So this is what I said.
So now I'm going to timestamp 3:50:27. I've shared a link to the video. It's in the chat, so you can go and listen to the full live stream. So 3:50:27.
Why are you trying to tarnish us and then bring out to the public some slip that I made, right, of sharing information about how I might.
Mind you, the guy's like, why are you trying to tarnish us? For more than 2 years, they've been dissing Jabari, the shrines, and community people in general. But now he's all in his feelings now. He's all in his feelings. Why are you trying to tarnish us? I'm not the one who said Heru is Greek. I'm not the one who said Heru is not the son of Asar. If some other people would have said it, people would have said that's pseudo. But just like the former linguist got a pass, Reggie's getting the pass now. But you see, the way he's behaving, he's going to say most of the stuff because his hate is blinding him. And him and his female cat, Garfield, they're taking a bad habit of talking a certain way to people. And you will hear one day, one of the two at least will get knocked down. And it's going to be a reality check because I don't know in what kind of world they are living in. And I'm not saying by me, for the record, you know. It's not something I'm planning on doing. But they would talk sideways to the wrong person, and at best they'll get knocked out, or just knocked down. For those who know the difference, for those who practice martial arts. And eventually, if they cross the wrong person, it might even become a tragedy. And people will say, damn, it's a shame that, you know, this female cat were acting like pit bulls, and, you know, now they're gone.
Do it and what the points are, and you want to make that to the public. That's evil. You are not no mod.
You don't make that to the public. Have I quoted private conversations? I've been dealing with what was said publicly. I am evil. I am not mad. That's the guy who told me F you like 3 times, or F you 2 times and F him. That's the guy who said Heru is Greek. And Heru is not the son of Asar. But it's not over. Some more coming. Okay, all right, okay. Now I should be allowed to speak, you know, so we can
get your response on, then we'll move forward. Let's move forward.
Yeah. Now, you know, I hear you when you say you studied it longer than me and harder than me. It doesn't mean that you studied it better than me, you know, and the age is not a factor when it comes to science or scholarship, just like there's no color for scholarship. You see, we're talking about matters and issues that were stated publicly. So I can talk with the conversation like anybody else can address the conversation. And you cannot blame me for quoting you, let alone you cannot blame me from playing an excerpt of what you've said, you see. So besides the Heru I've shared, once again, we have it in the copy text. So you're saying, you know, if you want to play stupid and stuff like that, you know, how do you know what those people are reading? You're not part of their shrines, you know. So there's some things indeed that we will discover once the debate happens. But for you to say that I'm being evil, I think you're pushing it, really, you know. So, you know, if there's anything else you feel like you want to get off your chest or you want to accuse me of,
that's cool. We'll do that another time. But just for anything else, but you said you guys both stated your case wonderfully and with nice discourse or whatever the shit is.
Look like scholars.
Yeah, y'all ain't. It's getting better. So now go.
So you can go if you're curious to listen to the to the dude Reggie, when he was addressing me, like if you want to be silly with what I said means, what I'm saying, and then you're evil, and I mean, throwing shots, throwing out homonyms, what I'm saying. But that's the way he gets down. He's just on the decline. How many of the scholars you name do we see him with? How many times do you see him with those scholars that he names all the time? When was the last time you seen him with Rikeri Amen? Publicly. Does she approve of his behavior? When was the last time you saw him with James Smalls? Publicly. Does James Smalls approve of his behavior? Does Rikeri Amen and James Smalls agree that Heru is Greek? And that Heru is not the son of Saul? When was the last time you saw Reggie with all these scholars that he talks about? Why are they not with him? What contribution has he made? Because he started off saying, I've studied this longer than you and harder than you. And I told him, it doesn't mean that you studied it better than me. So he was close to those greats that we appreciate. Was he holding their bag? Was he holding their briefcase? Was he getting them coffee, drinks, food? He's seen introducing people. I've seen one video when he introduced someone. So you used to be an introducer. What field did he study in? Was it history? Was it Egyptology? Or was it engineering or computer science? No books. We don't see him with all the scholars that he names. When lately we haven't. No platform. And he's behaving like a barbarian. And he's not Kemetic. He's been talking Kemet all the time. But back then, you wouldn't say he's not Kemetic. But now that his hate has blinded him, for the record, he stated that he is not Kemetic. So if he's not Kemetic, why is he bothering so much about Kemet? It's sad that other people know the Medu Neter. See, when he was dealing with people who didn't know the Medu Neter, anything that he said, that could be, what you gonna do? You can challenge him on the Medu Neter. But unfortunately, he knows for sure that other people know the Medu Neter very well. So he's going to spend his life not only saying that he was with all those greats, but he's going to keep on saying, oh, I organized Kemet on trial. Like people didn't talk about Kemet before Kemet on trial. That's historical falsification. That's historical falsification to claim, to allege that before Kemet on trial, people were not talking about Kemet. Are you out of your mind? But it's okay. That's a talking point for him. That's a claim to fame for him. I was with the greats. Now I'm moving to timestamp 4:14:03. Hour 4, minute 14, second 03. And mind you, at that moment, Reggie was speaking for like 4 minutes,
Womb like a wet nurse. So only if we are arguing from a Christian filter will you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're getting besides the points here. See some other ad hominem, some other shots. Only if you're thinking from a Christian filter. What is he trying to say? That I'm thinking with a Christian filter, with a Christian mindset? So listen to his reaction. And he's been speaking for 4 minutes. Now, the last time when he was asked about Heru being Greek, he spoke for half an hour. I've put the timer and I've shared the video already. You can see me with the timer. You can see it reaches over 30 minutes. So I wasn't going to wait for him to speak for 30 minutes. So he had spoken for 4 minutes already. Earlier, when you heard me beginning my sentence, after a few seconds, you could hear Garfield interrupting. You could hear Reggie also interrupting. You know, I didn't trip. I didn't cry. You see? But now listen up.
Will you?
No,
will
no,
you
I'm
deal
sorry.
with it?
I'm sorry. We're getting besides the points here. You know that we're dealing with interpretation. The translation in the Word book is a virgin along with maiden, and the text that you're showing, we have the determinative.
Wait. First of all,
we have
we
have a determinative of a child.
First
so
of
that's
all,
not what I've shown.
First of all,
Up Shaka, though. Let him finish real quick.
yeah.
How long is it going to take?
Hey, yo, fuck you,
man. That don't help. That don't help
but,
nothing.
You know, I'm gonna leave.
Cussing out don't help nothing.
No, it's,
ain't
it's
nobody
okay, it's
impressed
okay.
by that. So just
I'm
and it's not threatening because we're on computers.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave. I want to greet everybody. Also, Carl, Smash Rockwell, Brother Garfield, Brother Reggie, Reginald Marbury, and we have also African Renaissance and everybody in the chat. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, but in the chat, I would definitely holler back at you. I'm not mad at Reggie. I applied pressure on him and he buckled under the pressure. It's all good. Hotel brothers.
Peace.
When a person keeps baiting you, I was speaking, he interrupted me. I pause, right? And then he says what he wants to say, right? That's disrespectful.
I didn't listen further than that. But you heard the great scholar who used to hold the bag and buy drinks and buy food to the great scholars that we love and appreciate, saying that I was being disrespectful. I've already played, when I started speaking, within a few seconds, female cat Garfield, I don't believe you. And you know the funny thing is that during that live stream, at one point Garfield was like, oh, let me tell you, you're not being 100. I'm going to tell you why I kicked you out. Because you will not let the other person speak. For real? And I've played already. Batishan interjected. Batishan opened his mouth. It was all good. When I opened my mouth, that's an excuse. Those guys, they had planned that stuff. They were trying to make me look bad, trying to make me look pseudo, trying to disrespect me. And Brother Reggie made a fool of himself for 40 to 50 minutes trying to refute me, accusing me of doing bad methodology. And after he humiliated himself by doing Google scholarship, looking for any articles, Garfield will say, oh, I have this article. Okay, she sent it to me. Let me have a look. After 40 to 50 minutes, I need to do more research. He humiliated himself. That backfired. And I had some clap back. You see? But after he said, you know what? F you. Now he's playing the victim now. I disrespected the great scholar Garfield who used to hold the bags of the greats. During all these years, he held Dr. Ben's bag. He had Dr. John Henry Clark's bag. He had Rickety Yamen's bag. He held Professor James Moore's bag. He used to go and buy them drinks. Go get me some coffee, please. Get me some tea, please. Or go to the store there, you know, get me this sandwich. And now I was like, yeah, I was with the great. I was James Moore. I was him. You don't have a platform. You're not teaching anything. You do tours every now and then to the museum, and you're going to teach them that Heru is Greek. That's pseudo. I'm sorry. That's pseudo. Like, I'm going to say that the fake linguist is pseudo for saying that Allah is in the Egyptian text, and these guys are going to say that Heru is Greek, and he's going to get a pass for what? Because he's 57 years old? And he's going to say that Heru is not the son of Asar. He's going to get a pass what? Because he's 57 years old and he used to hold the bags of all the greats. And he's not Kemetic. He's banging on Kemetic people. Please.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
Some of you might say, well, this is crabs in the barrels. Your brothers need to make up. Did somebody tell you F you 3 times first and then F you again and then try to justify it first by accusing you of talking about his parents and then later on, I was talking, that's disrespectful. What? What? So I'm talking. After a few seconds, I'm being interrupted. I don't trip over it. But the dude's talking for 4 minutes. And he's trying to act like if you see that from some Christian, I forgot the other word he used. And I'm talking to, oh, first of all, I'm talking. And I just asked, how long is it going to be? He would just have to say, I'm going to be 5 minutes. But he knows he would not have been a good looking for that. Say, I have another 25 minutes to go. You see? He knows that if he would have said, I have another 5 minutes and he's speaking for 15 minutes, it'd be a bad look. So then, you know what? This is the great scholarship of Garfield, the great bag holder. He held the bags of the greats. He served them drinks. He went to the corner store to get them what they needed. And now he proudly boasts about all these years when he did that. And now he doesn't have a platform. He doesn't have a book. He's not teaching anything at all. He's not teaching the method natural because you heard what he said. So if there's one thing that I want you to remember, brothers and sisters, all the scholars, all the brothers and sisters that we respect, that we appreciate, Mfudishi Jehotimes, Rikeri Amen, Professor James Moles, Professor Leonard Jeffries, his wife, all the other scholars that he names that are still alive. Just play this to them. It's 36 seconds. It will not take them a minute. And ask them if they approve of his message or not.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Comedics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
So now I'm going to move to the comments. If anybody want to get on the platform, I've shared the link. It's in the chat, top right hand corner. Now, even Nedanem, who has always spoken highly of Reggie, he wrote, shaking my head. And I forgot which quote of Reggie I told him. Oh, yes. I told him about Reggie saying that, well, it's probably the one where he said, that there's the one where he said, BS spirituality, talking about, the Kemetic spirituality. And what was the other one? But I have it on my channel. What was the other one? Oh, yes, I remember now. That the kings of Kemet who built the pyramids were crazy. And I don't blame them. The name was like, oh, maybe he meant, he hasn't heard it from himself. But now you see, it's there. Our brother Reggie is on the decline. His hate has blinded him. He's talking about the method natural. He's showing the scales. There's one point he was showing a document about a female. And he was trying to, imply that other people don't value female, But talking about the method natural, you're talking about Ma'at. You're saying I'm not Ma'at and this is the way you behave. I would be surprised if he has integrity and he comes correct about that. But I doubt it because he's just blinded by his hate. And the worst is that he's justifying. I haven't listened to the rest. And you know the live stream that they did? And when I left, the cultural theorist had the courage once I left to say that I didn't have integrity. The guy who plagiarized. And a few days ago, you heard that brother Reggie no longer labeled it plagiarism, but he said, he borrowed stuff. I told the people I did not listen to the rest. I said, this is where I stopped. Just like now, that part there, that's where I stopped. I didn't hear any further. I'm going to wait later on to listen to the rest because I know myself. If I listen to the rest and I hear some more sideways stuff, after all that was said and done, I might go off and say stuff that I'm going to regret. You see? Now, Reggie is upset. He feels offended. Over what? Over what? 2 weeks of me quoting him and disagreeing with what he says? When he's been banging on Kemetic people for 2 years? So you cannot even take any pressure for 2 weeks and you've been doing it for 2 years? You're going to need some tissues. You're going to need some napkins. You're going to need some handkerchief, Reggie. You're going to be crying. If you cannot take 2 weeks, 2 weeks of me quoting you and being diplomatic and being kind, what is it going to be? I'm even considering, like, should I really address him? Because if he commits suicide and leaves a note and says, this is because of Shaka, how am I going to look? This is because of Shaka and Ndigu, forever my eye. Then I'm ending my life because I cannot take the disrespect anymore. He cut me off, y'all. I was speaking. That's disrespectful. So I'm putting an end to my life. How would I look like? Does he have any backbone? He said he used to do security before. He even said that he was in the street before. Now I understand, he's 57 years old, but dang. He has the energy, though, to bang at Jabari and shrines and Kemetic people in general with the same narrative. They don't know the text. They don't know the meta nature. Jabari knows the meta nature. His level is not high, but he knows and he's learning. The people who don't speak the meta nature, how would they feel when they hear this type of talk all the time? I better not even address the meta nature because it's going to be like, no, that's not it. You don't know that. Just like one dude said, you don't understand linguistics when he was saying that Allah is an indigenous African god. You don't know linguistics. And they're making the most pseudo claims. Heru is Greek now. And Heru is not the son of Saul. To me, Heru is Greek is in the same category as the guy who claimed that rise of volcano. That's pseudo. It is. So, just 2 weeks, and that's how those guys behave. How I wish that debate happens. If the debate doesn't happen, Garfield will be known as the guy who almost debated Jabari. And that's it. If the debate happens, he's going to get destroyed. He might get kicked out of the venue because once Jabari will, do his presentation, how do you think Garfield will behave? I speak a few seconds and the guy already is trying to cut me off. You heard Smash Rockwell. For those who haven't heard it, you can go back to the beginning. You heard Smash Rockwell. Like, let him speak. He was saying that to both of them. First it was Garfield, then it was Reggie. Did I trip? Did I say, oh, that's disrespectful? I'm offended. And now they try to justify me being put on hold. Now he said, this is why I kicked you out, because you want to let the other person speak. Why I was on hold for 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes. Where did they do that at? Where he had all these Europeans, he didn't do that with them. He paid some of them. Because Diva Reggie wouldn't speak to me. I'm not talking to him. This time he was talking to me, though. The hate is consuming him. We lost a, I don't know if I should say soldier or warrior. Because if you're a soldier and a warrior, even when you get old, you don't have the physical strength, but you should have the mentality. Unless some disease strikes you, and you cannot think straight. But he still has mental ability, because he uses his mental ability to bang at Jabari, the shrines, and Kemetic people in general. And like I said, he's been doing that for over 2 years. And 2 weeks, I quote the dude and listen to him now, behaving like a barbarian, like a savage. It's not being wise and civilized, but it's fine. He's not an Asiatic black man, so I guess he doesn't have to be. And he's going to disrespect or talk sideways regarding religious people. Do religious people behave like that? And in the chat, I forgot if it was one moderator who said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, "Oh, Shaka, you can come back if you have some." The word wasn't constructive, but it's a word similar to constructive, like, something to that effect. If you have a constructive dialogue, but I forgot the exact word he used, and I quoted him. When you do the at, and he will see his name highlighted in red. When you do that, that's how they see it. Others people don't see it. I said, "Are you serious? The guy tells me F me, and you telling me that I can't come back if what?" Now, I expected some people in the chat, to the fingers talk smack, but I wouldn't be surprised later on when I feel like, okay, I can listen to it now, and I will not go off and say things I will regret. I wouldn't be surprised some people try, like, like female cat Garfield, for example, try to act like, I was being reckless. That's the narrative. That's the narrative. Reggie called out Baba Heru. He called out Baba Heru Semaj, and said that Semaj is just James backward. Reggie said he wanted all the smoke. I quote him for 2 weeks, and he goes, F you, F you, F you. That's how he wants to smoke. Now, some of you don't know, brothers and sisters, but those guys, Female Cat Garfield and others, they played videos of Baba Heru singing on stage and laughing and putting those, laughters, like, sitcom laughters, and playing it again and playing it again. And they quoted Mfudishi saying 1 + 1 = 3. Brother Reggie has always spoken highly of Mfudishi. Does Mfudishi know that he's cool with the same guy who used to play those tapes making fun of him? And that was mainly Garfield with some other people. And I stated that this has been going on for a long time. And then once someone from the shrine addressed Reggie, like, oh my God, now they're going at me now and saying that I'm unclean. If you say that someone is unclean, then, that person can be harmed. They need to contact my teacher. Their teacher contacts my teacher. Now he's playing the victim now. That's all he does all the time. He acts like he wants to smoke. He hangs with people who are way younger than them. He's trying to fit with them, having a personality disorder. He doesn't really know what he wants to be. He doesn't know if he's Kemetic. He doesn't know if he's a scholar. He doesn't know if he stands for Kemet, if he stands for atheism, if he should bang on Kemetic people, and then when somebody responds to him, oh, I'm offended. I used to be with the greats. I used to hold their bags. I had everybody's bag. Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, Dr. Jeffries, Dr. Smalls, I held all their bags. I got them drinks all those years. For decades, man. Since 1977, I've been getting drinks with them at the corner store. Where were you when I was bringing them drinks? When I was giving them coffee and tea? Where were you? You were nowhere to be found. You were in kindergarten. You were in secondary school. When they needed photocopies, they used to ask me, Reggie, please get me photocopies. I did that. I put in work all those years. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it. Tea, coffee, photocopies, you name it. Let me continue with the comments. Ayadela wrote, I think Reg wants to be the HOK champion. Oh, he would have loved to be the HOK champion, but we know who the flow medal of the conscious community is, as he has never held the real limelight. We have our brother Chris MVP Harris in the place to be. Ayadela wrote, and you are correct and exact. And the sister wrote, throwing shots, daggers, shade, direct insults, etc., shaking my damn head, but accepts an instant pardon. This is called coy mind games. Pan-African Design and Power wrote, I personally tried to talk to him about his behavior and how he could better convey his message. Pet wrote, lol. Ayadela wrote, I did not hear not once where you was disrespectful. Facts. But that's their narratives. That's their narrative. Remember female cat Garfield. You know, Garfield, at one point he was talking about what if I put up some stuff from the cult of ISIS that would be labeled as homosexual, you know? And then at one point I said, well, your master teacher bent over and got speck in the booty, so you can ask him. He didn't say anything. That gets a pass. It's suspicious. It's suspicious. So for the debate, he's going to put up some stuff that could be labeled as homosexuality. And he said it straight up. He's going to deal with the Greek material mainly. To this day, he doesn't really know what he's going to do. He's scared. He's shaking. He knows he's going to get crushed. You just want to claim victory because of the title. The guy's telling you that he's going to deal with the Greek stuff. Pet wrote turncoat. Ayadela wrote he is too emotional. Manself wrote peace. Pet wrote law. Your impressions are on point. Ayadela wrote he would have never said that to the HOK. For those who don't know, Sarnetta called him the B word. Him and female cat Garfield. And Garfield didn't say, oh, he's acting like a woman. Oh, he's acting like a sissy. Because without Sarnetta, those guys don't exist. And they know it very well. So what does that say about them? That in order to exist, they would take being disrespected with the B word, verbally and in written. 2 days later, they went there. But they feel like they can take the habit of talking like that towards me. I'm not on that level. I'm looking for, other things. But I'm a human being. And I'm planning on returning to America. There's many museums I want to go to. So God forbid, if all those guys keep the same energy and I'm in a bad mood, I don't want anybody to say, oh, Shaka was wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're all about peace. Because you did not get insulted. Because you were against the pseudo claims. I mean the F word at the HOK. Yeah, that's what I understood that. I think it is personal within him. Oh, Hailey, how you doing? That person, Reggie, is a joke. He lies and he's not respectful to anyone. The people are speaking. What are they going to say? That I pay the people to say that? We have 22 people online right now. Reggie said that, I have 10 people on our live stream. It's going to be like that now. Double the amount. Ayadela wrote, oh, dang, you funny. Simon M. Hotep family. Simon M. even Unc got at him on Smash today. Mad Forever had already told us, be vigilant. Be vigilant, brothers and sisters. And if I start acting funny too, be vigilant. We see people's messed up behavior. There's a guy, it's been more than 10 years, he said he's going to build something. He received most likely millions of dollars. The stuff hasn't been done, and we still have people making excuses. But if you talk about it, it's crabs in the barrel. You're against another black man. Now, there's less people who believe in that fairy tale, but we still have some gullible people, impressionable people. When people show you how they are, believe them. I'm gonna get something to refresh myself. But like I said, if somebody talks like that publicly, can you imagine how he talks when he's not live on the air? Can you imagine? I'm gonna get the drink here. Oui, j'ai fermé la porte. To all the family members of the guys, those guys who go against me, those guys that have addressed, I'm sorry, but it has nothing to do with you all. I've documented what happened, and I was getting out of hands. People are getting real comfortable, man. When you go to all those videos on the conscious community, it's another platform. How many times you see people saying F you? How many times you see and hear people saying F you 3 times, 4 times? How many times? That's a new phenomenon. But I'm supposed to take that because the dude is 57 years old. Brother Reggie, if you're listening, I did not even finish the rest of the live stream when you acted like when you made a fool of yourself for 50 minutes doing Google Scholarship. So eventually I will go through that and respond to any foolish stuff that might have been said. Then when I feel like it, I will listen to Smash Rockwell's live stream. Maybe you're going to beg him to remove it. I've already downloaded it. So if you and other people said some foolish stuff, I would address it. And just after 2 weeks, you're no longer yourself. Or maybe you are yourself, but you've been hiding it. He said himself, I'm very passive aggressive. We have noticed. Oh, Smash is there. Smash Rockwell is there. And everybody can bear witness. Then during the 1 hour and 12 minutes of this live stream, I've not used profanity. If I use a profanity, I've quoted somebody. I'm trying to be diplomatic. The first time he said F you, you heard me. I played it. For those who came later on, you can go back. Because indeed, Brother Reggie, the great scholar, who held the bags of all the greats, he had all the greats' bags. He got them drinks, tea, coffee. He made photocopies for them and to get them some food. He told me F you several times. But after he said F you about 3 times or F you twice, then F him, I told him, you know what? I let that slide. And maybe he took my kindness for a weakness and he got comfortable. So sometimes it doesn't pay to be nice. I didn't do anything yet. I didn't say much. I didn't say much. When Garfield's going to get crushed, you think Reggie's going to keep on rolling with him? Those guys will go against one another eventually. There's going to be some blame game some way down the line. Without Sarnetta, those guys don't exist. I exist without Sarnetta. Without Sarnetta, I exist. Okay, Garfield would exist without Sarnetta because he has all those Christians. And we'll find out what the deal is. We'll find out because he has money to pay for people to go on his platform. So where does the money come from? We'll find out. How come he's no longer advertising the credit repair? If it was good then, why is it no longer good now? He talked about it for so long, so many times. Why is it not good anymore? Why is no longer talking about it? Doesn't anyone see the degree that he claimed that he has? And he told people, you need to send me money and I'll show you my degree. He said, Reggie's not helping me for the debate. Cut it out. First, we have the slide, the opening round. Then we have Reggie himself saying that he's helping Garfield, but those guys thinking that we are dummies, thinking that we are dumb. Oh no, man, what I mean, you know what I'm saying? Some people give me advice, you know what I'm saying? If you have your homie is giving you advice. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is, man. That's how we get down. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand. You know, from America, it's an advice. It's not help. It's not helping me. It's an advice. Simon M. wrote, peace and love, Jonathan. Big said, this is off topic, but I think you made a great voice. You'd make a great voice actor. Well, one of the things that I know for sure, I'm not skilled at doing accents. I wish I was. You know, so I don't even think that that's my lane here. Ayadela wrote, thumbs up the video. Pan-African's greetings, smash. Kevin is asking what happened. I'm late. Well, you will have the luxury to go to the beginning, but in summary, Reggie told me F you twice. Then he said F him. Then I said, I let that slide. And then later on, he said, F you again. And like I said, I applied pressure on Reggie. He buckled under the pressure. 2 weeks of pressure, he buckled. You have to respect Jabari. More than 2 years he's been getting this pressure. Did you hear him go off like that publicly? F you, F you. But Reggie, the great scholar, he buckled under pressure. We have 25 people on the live stream. Reggie's probably really sad. He said there's only 10 people who come to my live stream. Jabari was nowhere to be seen when Reggie was holding all those bags. Reggie, can you get the bag for me, please? Yeah, such a good guy, Reggie. Thank you, Reggie. Can you introduce that brother, Reggie? Thank you, Reggie. Can you go, get me some coffee, Reggie? Thank you. You know what? You can say, you've been down with us. You walk with the greats. Reggie was doing the job of secretary. Secretary do that. I've seen that in my own eyes. I've worked in offices before. I've seen the director. He asks the secretary, can you give me a coffee, please? She brings the coffee. So for decades, Reggie has performed the duty of a secretary. So should I say secretarian? But Jabari was nowhere to be seen when Reggie was acting as a secretary to all those greats. And now it's like, damn, now Jabari's the man. But I've been the secretary to all those greats that we quote. That ain't right. I know the meta nature more than him. But I'm not giving lessons. I'm not writing any books. I'm not having my own platform. I'm going on all these platforms, and when they ask me a question, I speak for half an hour. And if they dare interrupting me, that's disrespectful. He's disrespectful. Sometimes he was on my platform, like, let me talk. I was like, all right, okay, all right. All right. Don't want you to be upset. Superiority complex. I don't even think Reggie could have a debate. Because when it will not be his turn to talk, He would try to talk and interject. Let me talk. I'm 57 years old. I used to be a secretary for Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben and James Smalls and all them. I held their bags. Where were you when I was holding their bags and giving them coffee and tea? I held their coats, man. I'm the one who used to go to the hangar and take their coat. When it was raining, I was holding the umbrella for them. Where were you when I was holding the umbrella to protect them from the rain? I was a protector. I was a protector. I protected the great scholars from the rain. Where were you? You're right, Reggie. We were not there when you were being a great protector to our elder scholars. You did a great secretary job, and we are thanking you for your contribution. You said yourself you are not comedic. You're at the comedic game now. And I'm using game, as a vernacular. It's not a joke to me. Some people say, you said game. For him, it's a game. He's disrespectful. Where is it in the meta-nature? Where is it in the meta-nature that the comedic way is a game? He's disrespectful, brothers and sisters. Don't recommend him. Don't recommend his meta-nature class. You got to respect his wisdom. You have to be skilled. How many conversations from the greats has he heard? He's cool with Kwanzaa. Plagiarism of a Jewish holiday and he wants to get at Jabari. Isn't that a huge contradiction, brothers and sisters? Now, some people might not know about Kwanzaa. Some of you might celebrate Kwanzaa. I'm going to share the link. Molana Karenga's Hunting Ghost by Mukasa Africa Ma'at. PhD. Now is a PhD. Well, not just right now, but can go straight to RBG Candle because the Contrail Pro stuff, him being against the Panthers, they're going to say, it's Contrail Pro. It's an accusation against our good brother. Karenga torturing black woman, it's okay. Brother Reggie, with his great wisdom, made excuses for that. But how in the heck is Reggie labeling Jabari's organization committed Christians when he's defending Kwanzaa, which is plagiarism of a Jewish holiday? You can go straight to RBG Candles in the article because the article is long. Hanukkah is plagiarism of the Jewish holiday Hanukkah. It's not saying, oh, what Karenga came with, that's Jewish holiday, this Jewish schematics. No, he held his book. It was one of the best books ever. He's my homie, he's my friend. It's one of the best books ever about the Kemetic way of life. Never mind that it's a plagiarism of a Jewish holiday. But then, oh, those guys are Kemetic Christians. You see the contradiction? Does he look wise? Does he look wise? Did Jabari torture a black woman? Did Jabari go against the Panthers? He even say, oh, the Panthers, they had that wrong, you know what I'm saying? The Panthers, they did bad stuff too. Because he's cool with Karenga. You have the right to be cool with him. When he tortured those black women, he must have been in a bad mood. And that happens, He even went like, how old was he when he tortured this black woman? I said, I don't know how old he was, but we can work that out. We have his date of birth. The date when he went to jail, it's available. But he was the leader of a black organization. The cliche, typical stuff that people say, well, Malcolm, he did his thing, he put some work in, he did his dirt. Yes, before he was into a black organization. So people cannot make that comparison. The US organization, US organization. He was the leader of that organization when he tortured those black women. So Jabari is not torturing black women. He has not tortured black women to our knowledge. He did not go against the Panther, against the Black Panther Party for self-defense, the original one, not the Arab Panther Party. And Jabari did not plagiarize any Jewish holiday. And to my knowledge, he did not plagiarize any Christian holiday. But Garfield is the one saying, Jesus! You haven't heard Garfield screaming out Jesus from the top of his lungs as if he's having a stroke and he's going to die and he's going to scream out the name of his Lord before he passes away?
Come on, bro. Why you can't be balanced for one day? Jesus. Oh, man.
And then he calls for help from Jesus. He's not a Christian. He's calling for help from Jesus.
Resurrected Christ.
Guys, I'm out. That's on that.
Now notice when the commentary is made by Jabari, Garfield doesn't say what. He does not deny that he's not a Christian. He has that look on his face like, damn, I'm busted. I screamed it that loud. I want you to say it internally. Did it come out? They heard me. I mean, look at his face. Not once he goes, I just came out, Not once did he deny being a Christian.
Oh,
come on, bro. Why you can't be balanced for one day? Jesus. Oh, man.
And then he calls for help from Jesus. He's not a Christian. He's calling for help from Jesus.
Resurrected Christ.
Guys, I'm out. On that. It's over.
They didn't.
Garfield, the closet Christian, continues to show himself.
He was
Family,
never
peace,
referred
and love.
to
I'll
as
talk to you
Jesus
soon. Shem Tap.
in his lifetime.
You see that? For about 30 seconds. Garfield did not deny anything. Now, Simon wrote, Smash, you taking a wise stance, neutrality, showing points both pro and con can build on. Highly Miriam is saluting Smash. Smash is telling Chef that he missed it. And he said, peace to everyone. Aya wrote, please hit the thumbs up button, everyone. And thank you, Aya, because it's good for people to remind brothers and sisters to do that. I used to say that, at this point, I'm just like, I don't want to say that I'm tired, but I'm like, people should have some mechanisms, they should be like reflexes, and, people can see there hasn't been any single donation. Actually, no, I've received a cash app from the brother. I remember now, I saw the message. Thank you. And that's quite a large amount of money. So if you want to take some methodology classes, you're good, So you have my email address in the description of this video, So with this donation, you can have a few classes. So, if it's for the love, it's all good. But if by any chance you are interested with a methodology class, what I'm saying, then, we can do that. Just give me your schedule, the time slots when you will be available. And I didn't even say the name of the brother. This is the Pharaoh Theist. I appreciate that. Where is his username? I don't know if he's still there, but he was there early on. Yeah, that brother. Oh, you see, he even asked me. Even asked me if did I get it. Yeah, I got the cash out. Thank you very much. And he wrote, thank you for your work. Have a great evening. So he bounced. He came in, listened a little bit, supported me, gave a donation, and he bounced. So I appreciate that. That encourages me. And opposition is inevitable. You have some people when they have a certain age, they want you to just agree with whatever they say. Sometimes over the years, they become bitter. They become the all grumpy grandpas. I'm right, you're not right. I'm older than you. I know what's up. Kevin is saying in Smash that he was working. You said Hotep Smash, love your work and the beats. Nice beats indeed. Simon wrote, bro, yourself, Smash, and Chris Harris are really the only people I vibe with. And your smooth style. Smash is saying that's what's up. Is appreciating all of your brothers and sisters. Aya wrote, I agree. I had thought about the same thing, Shaka. Nothing without the HOK. Obi-Wan Kenobi wrote, nice thumbnail. Oh, we have Corey. He's laughing. Corey, he went on the anti-Kemetic rant. I was like, he even said F the Metanetter. You know, I was like, even the language. Even the language. But later on, he said, oh, I was just talking. Aya wrote, Aya, my bad. Real talk, Simon M. Simon is saying to Smash that he appreciates him. Oh, you are from St. Lucia. Okay. You did mention that, I think, before. Now, that's bad Kimoyo. I don't know if there's a username Kimoyo. But I don't know what that's about. Smash is saying, same to you, Simon. Aya is saying, you just have to get more into the YouTube biorhythms. Well, somehow it's something to do with algorithm, I suspect. Simon M wrote, Shaka, I think you and Reggie need to debate to put this to an end. Booty spank N-words will always hate. What's the point in debating? What would we debate about? He made a fool out of himself for 15 minutes trying to refute me, stating that I had, I was not doing a good methodology. So the title of this video is FU, Barbarian Reggie's poor methodology. Reggie's methodology is poor. When you're going to write F you. Yes, the Bible was right. And he displayed it himself. Reggie displayed his poor methodology. F you. You know what? F you. I never seen you when I was acting as a secretary, protecting our master teachers from the rain with my umbrella. You were nowhere to be found. I was there. I introduced them before they made their lectures and presentation. I didn't see none of y'all. I'm 57 years old. I have at least 40 years of doing tea and coffee, and none of you were there. I'm the coffee maker. I'm the tea maker. I'm the coat holder. Do you know how to say tea in Medu Neter? Do you know how to say coffee in Medu Neter? I mastered this art and this craft of making tea, coffee, holding coats, you name it. I was hustling. And I'm down with Kwanzaa, plagiarism of the Jewish holiday Hanukkah, because Karenga's my man. He tortured a black woman, but he's my man. I never see none of y'all. Y'all disrespecting. Y'all disrespectful. Y'all cutting me off. Y'all, all of you. All of you disrespectful. Each and every single. Each and every single one of y'all disrespectful to me. I'm the great coffee. I'm the great Reggie. And if you don't like what I said, then F you. F you. You know what? F you. F him. That's how I get down. I'm Tony Montana. I'm thorough, man. I'm from the mob. I can switch. I jump ships. I'm a fence rider. One day I'm a scholar, one day I'm about it, I'm about that life. F y'all, F you, and F you too, and you too, and you too. Nobody has made more coffee than me. Nobody has made more tea than me. Nobody had more coats than me. Nobody carried more umbrellas than me. Every time it was raining, I held the umbrellas. I was on my post. Where were you during all these years, brothers and sisters? You need to give me the proper respect, and don't you dare cutting me off, or else I'm going to tell you, F you. That's real scholarship. That's what scholars do. And I have many scholars with me. I have Dr. Jahi Issa with the origin of the word Amen, the great linguistic breakdown. And Hero is Greek, by the way. You know why? Because one of the story of hero being put to birth was from the Greeks. Ain't that a great analogy from a huge scholar that I am? Look out for my upcoming book called The Linguistic Acrobatic Breakdown of the Word FU. It derives from the medu. I'd rather do that than using profanity, honestly. That's an appetizer. But that's what Reggie did during those years. He carried their coats, he carried their bag when they arrived at the airport. Let me get you your suitcase. He put them suitcase into the trunks, man. He lifted the suitcase, you know. He was almost a bodybuilder with all the suitcase that he carried around. He's a conscious community butler. I haven't seen the Butler movie, but I understand in the movie the guy's been a butler for many years, for decades. Reggie's been the butler of the conscious community. Tea, coffee, food, umbrella, coat, luggages. He drove some people to the airport. He's been a driver. He put in work. Reggie has put in work. He drove the greats around. So we should not cut him off. Otherwise, that's disrespectful. And he's going to start saying F you, and then he's going to blame you. We're dealing with a secretary, butler, with decades of work behind him. He drove those scholars. He carried their bags. He carried their coats. He went to get them food. If he wasn't there, those scholars would have starved. Maybe he cooked for them. Maybe he was a cook as well as being a butler and a driver and a secretary. You gotta respect Brother Reggie. Merut. Di Hotep. Di Hotep Butler. Di Hotep Driver. Di Hotep Coffee Maker. Hotep Tea Maker. That's respect right there. Giving him the proper respect. Maybe we should come up with a fund. GoFundMe, whatever that is. Let's reward that great warrior scholar who's been a secretary, a butler, a driver, and he used to run errands. And he was probably a cook too. He's the 20th century Imhotep. He's a multi-genius. He mastered the craft of carrying bags, of carrying coats, of holding umbrellas to protect our scholars from the rain. Otherwise, our scholars would have got attacked by the water falling from the sky. Celestial attack on our great scholar. He was there, like Set, protecting the back of Ra against any danger that might come their way. He actually protected our scholar from the destruction of humanity with his great craftsmanship of opening an umbrella and carrying it to protect our elders from the rain. We got to thank him. He did that for decades. When our elder scholars were hungry, he would go to the McDonald's, get them the Big Mac meal. He would go to Burger King and get them the Whopper meal. He would go to KFC and get them the chicken wings. He fed our scholars. If he wasn't there, our scholar and master teachers would have not ate. So we have to thank him for all this knowledge that we have here. Thank you, Brother Reggie. They wouldn't have made it without you.
I was there. You were not there. I held the coats. So don't you cut me off. That's disrespectful. You fools better not act disrespectful.
Haile Mariam wrote, yes, jealousy is a beast. He named Reggie. Per Unc wrote, peace to the fam. Garfield and Reggie can't let go of their ego. Their ego is crazy. Their ego is on fleek. Their ego is off the chain. But if the debate happens, somebody's going to mop the floor with their ego. They are overhyped. You know how do you know, brothers and sisters, how overhyped those guys are? The former linguist, who's now a cultural theorist, you couldn't dare say anything that didn't go his way because many people hyped him up. Oh no, you're talking about a great language right now. No, you don't understand linguistics, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody's calling him pseudo now. Damn near everybody calling him pseudo now. That's how it's gonna be for Garfield and Reggie. But Reggie has a special place because he was the great scholar, butler, cook, driver. Reggie was like a chatty to his master teacher. I mean, it's not the same time as back in the day. He was not like the equivalent of a prime minister or second in command. You know? Obi-Wan Kenobi put some smiley. It's better to laugh and smile. It's better to be happy. We have enough drama in our lives. Don't we? We have 57-year-old grandpas like, F you, man. You heard me? F you. I represent for the scholars who speak like that. Corey, ha ha ha. American Dream, laughing my behind off. Smash Rockwell also. Doesn't it feel good? You know, I'd rather say that than to use profanity and go to his level that is already very low. I am dying right now. Hilarious. Ayadela wrote, maybe if you had a super big mouth and no toe to certain types, then more low vibration types would chime in. Maybe if you had a super big mouth. Okay, it's the same message. Thumbs up the video, everyone. Kevin is like, what the hell? Did that really happen? You were listening to it, yes. I gave the timestamps. And I'm glad, that I'm putting a smile on all your faces, brothers and sisters. When was this? It was earlier. It was today. Reggie became pseudo not long ago by saying that Heru is Greek. And a few days before, or a week before, or two maybe, he said that Heru was not the son of Asar. But today he officially became Bari. He's the gangster scholar. If you cut him off, He tell you to go F yourself. That's so thorough, man. He's not to be played with. He used to do security for master teachers. He prevented murders. There were so many murder attempts, and he used his martial art technique. When people will when people will try to attack our master teachers, he would say, "Back up! You're disrespectful. You're too close now. Step back. I'll throw some coffee at you. I'm a professional coffee handler. You better beware. It's warm. You will get burned." Tea, coffee, coat. It will throw everything at the people who try to attack our master teachers. You have to watch out. It's not to be messed with. It's not to be messed with at all. Even the food, man. You handle the food so often, he will aim at you with the food, blind you, throwing food at your eyes. Better not mess with Reggie. Now, sometimes our master teachers, they will have lectures or they will just talk with the people. And someone would dare cutting him off, cutting one of our master teachers off. And they go, "Don't you cut him off. That's disrespectful. You get out now, or I'll throw some tea at you. This is some herbal tea from the south of Egypt, man. No, it don't matter of fact, it's from Nubia. No, matter of fact, it's from Greece because Heru is Greek. I'm going to throw that Greek Heru tea at you. You disrespectful." Do you know the meta nature? And you dare cutting off our, how can you cut off our elder? Greek Heru tea at you right now. he was maybe a priest, and maybe he had too much zeal, because you have the Wab priest, and it's about purifying. Wab is the same word used for pure or to purify. And with the glyph, you have a recipient with some liquid coming out, most likely water. So maybe he was a priest with so much zeal and energy, and he's like, "I'm gonna baptize all of y'all with my Greek heritage. There you go, brothers and sisters." And then they're like, "Oh, yo, Reggie, just slow down, man. Maybe it's not for you, man." And now he sees another priest that's doing well. Like, "Man, that could have been me. I just had too much zeal. They said I had too much zeal, but that's the way it was. That's the way it was supposed to be. They were just not on the good vibration. They didn't know the meta nature enough. They did not understand me. They underestimated me. They did not take into account all these decades of me making tea, coffee, driving people, holding coats, holding umbrellas, and they demoted me from my post of Greek Heru tea priest." Hallelujah. Great. The Pharaohist, just send me an email and tell me which days you will be available. For example, let me look at my schedule. Now, there's one brother I have to answer to first, so I want to see if he's down for tomorrow. Okay, well, I'm going to say, okay, it's best next Monday then. One moment. So, for example, tomorrow at like 3 p.m. New York time, 4 p.m. New York time. Thursday also, Friday also. So just let me know if that will work for you. Then if not, then we'll look at the weekend. But just send me an email so I'm sure that I have received it, because and once again, the email address is at the bottom, but I'm going to type it in the chat anyway. Better to copy and paste it. We'll avoid making any mistake. And if any of you brothers and sisters sent me an email and you haven't received any reply, then most likely I did not receive it. It's best that people send me an email first because, well, okay. Now, Garfield screamed Jesus and Jabari laughed at him. Well, I would have laughed at him too.
Come on, bro. Why you can't be balanced for one day? Jesus. Oh, man.
And then he calls for help from Jesus. He's not a Christian. He's calling for help.
Sarnetta laughed at him too. I mean, Sarnetta called him a B. B-I-T-C-H. 2 days later, Garfield's back. Sarnetta, please let me put me on, They ain't making it too easy. Corey's asking, are you saying Reggie should change his name to Jeffrey? I didn't think of that. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We have to thank Brother Reggie for his services. He don't put in work, man. He said that the cultural theorist has longevity in the community, and whether it's right or wrong, he's courageous. Brother Reggie is courageous. He protected our master teacher with the great Masonic type of secret societies coming straight out of the Nile Valley with the Greek hero tea-throwing wild priest spell that he will cast on anybody who try to attack our scholars and master teachers. And he did that for decades. You have to applaud that. Aya wrote, so sweet. Pet wrote, Lord have mercy. And I went through all the comments. So it's been 1 hour and 50 minutes. There's 14 people on the live stream. What should we do? Should we call it a day? Do you have any questions, any comments? Does somebody want to get on the panel? I would not bark at you after a few seconds. I would not put you on hold for 40 minutes and kick you out 3 times and say, you're crying like a girl. Sometimes when you're not like people, they dislike you. I don't bend over and get spanked in the booty. I don't think it's cool. I don't defend that. I don't defend plagiarizers. They do. And that's life. It's not everybody that will agree with you. It's a shame that such a great butler / driver / secretary, such as Reggie the Great, is not cool with me. Because if you're not cool with him, then
you're disrespectful.
I don't want to be labeled
disrespectful.
Now we have the typical troll. This guy who claims to be indigenous to America and who will tell you that Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden were melanated and that's why he remains hidden. More power to you. You no longer exist now. You're going to have to use another username. Brothers and sisters, I guess the moral of the story is don't be disrespectful. And you got to respect those people who don't put in work. He even went to Kemet. He carried coats, luggages, suitcases, umbrellas for the few times where it might have rained, because it rarely rains in Kemet. And he served all kind of tea all through the Nile Valley. He is the Nile Valley butler. Someone like that on your team, you are sure to win any debates. He hates Kemetic people so much that he will make the whole slide for you. And he will let you take credit for the slide, for the presentation, for the PowerPoint. When's the last time? You know what? Let's see which scholar is going to associate themselves with him publicly. After he said that Heru is Greek and Heru is not the son of Asar. And after he said this,
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking.
I'm the Nile Valley butler who bangs against Kemetic people. I bang on Kemetic people. I don't put in work all those years. I went against the Kemetics. I banged on the Kemetic Christians. I banged on the Kemetic Greeks. I bang on all the Kemetics. You won't find nobody on this planet Earth that don't put in more work than me. If it's not through me, it's not Kemetic. Matter of fact, I'm not even Kemetic. I'm higher than that.
How do we say butler in Middle Nature? I'm sorry. How do we say butler in Greek? Heru is Greek, so we have to find a Greek term. In order to be on Brother Reggie's level, you have to be a butler and a secretary and a bag carrier and coat carrier and umbrella carrier for decades, man. Until you have decades of those services, you cannot be on his level. You're not worthy of him addressing you. Remember, a few days ago,
I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not talking to him because his methodology is disrespectful.
oh man. If you see any signs of health declining, warn me, because I will not leave with that weight mentally and in my heart, knowing that I would have contributed to someone's degradation of physical condition. He's built for tea and coffee and introducing presenters and carrying bags and carrying an umbrella and chasing away the attackers of our master teachers by throwing Greek hero tea, but it's not built for confrontation. Because after 2 weeks, he's like, F you, man, F you. I'm Tony Montana. I swallow your bullets. Funny thing, he's been banging at some people for 2 years. He doesn't like his own medicine. His own medicine doesn't seem tasty. How you go from hanging with all those greats who have their own stuff going on, and you have to go on some platform where the owner of the platform, the owner of the YouTube channel, has called you a B 2 days before. When somebody calls you a B and writes it in the chat, isn't that disrespectful? So why does he accept that? Now I cut him off. He said, F you, man, F you, Tony Montana, orale blancos voto, orale blancos locos. But once I never called him a B, 2 days later, can I come back? Can I carry your bag? You'll be added to the list of the people whose bags are carried. I can drive you around. You want me to drive you to the airport? You want some tea, coffee? Can I get you something to eat? Thank you for letting me back on the HOK. I don't mind you calling me a B as long as I can be on the platform, because if I'm not on your platform, I don't have my own platform and people don't care about me. But on your platform, I'm the #1 guy. Oh, Mike's, oh no, I'm #2 now. Jabari's #1. I'm gonna hate for life. I won't tell anyone. I look for a fool that I can send to get slaughtered. Garfield, how you doing? Can I meet you? I have a plan. Here's a PowerPoint. You're gonna debate him. This is what you're gonna say. You're gonna quote those Greek texts. We're gonna say they're following the Greek way, and we're gonna win. Yay! We'll see if the plan works. Brothers and sisters, it's been 2 hours. Better to laugh about it than to lose my temper. I just did not really realize the impact that Brother Reggie has in the conscious community, in Black scholarship. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the good tea. We wouldn't have the good coffee. Gotta respect his wisdom. We gotta respect his swagger. He's been there, man. Just by the smell of a coffee, you can tell if it's from Greece or Thebes or Alexandria, man. He don't taste it all. Tea, coffee, you name it, man. He knows all the copy machine from the 80s to the 2020s and upwards. He's familiar with all of them. He made so many photocopies, man. He introduced so many people. He went on stage, was on the mic. Let me introduce you to so-and-so. Let me introduce. Who would have presented all those scholars? We wouldn't have known their names. He made a huge contribution. Gotta respect that. He has a book coming up. That's going to be an upgrade. Gotta support the upcoming book from the Butler Driver. We have to think of a way of making sure that nobody's disrespectful towards him, so he doesn't get angry and he doesn't swear, because if he swears, it's your fault. He's the master butler. He's the master umbrella carrier. He's the master photocopy maker. Now I get the full picture of his background and all the work that he has put in over the years, man. Who else has done that? Who else? Who else spent years holding bags, bringing water, whether it's a glass of water or a bottle of water, water from Thebes or Waset, water from Memphis or Mennefer. Just sent you an email. Let me check. Let me refresh. I have not received it, but it might come. Strange. Did you copy and paste the address, brother? Sometimes it can take a little while. I'm going to try open a new window. There's 3 S's. BOSSSTYLYX@msn.com. Is it definitely the address where you sent it to, brother? Oh, my bad, sister. My bad. The avatar is so small, so couldn't tell. I'm sorry. So is it definitely the email address where you sent your message to, sister? Brothers and sisters, after that, I'm going to put it into the live stream. So thank you for being there. I hope you had a good laugh. I hope that made you smile, and that we have all realized that we slept on Brother Reggie, the master butler, master driver, master coat carrier, master umbrella carrier, Greek heritage thrower. So now we know better than to respect his wisdom. And whoever's down with him, then be down with him. That's what he's going to turn you to. Leave it a month or two or a year or two. You're going to be just like him.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right?
You was not even taught that BS. Aya says she's back. She had to feed the cats. Oh, that's it. I received the email. That's lovely. So I'm going to reply. Message received. Slots set here. The time zone, please. Some time, but I received it and I replied. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for being there. The logo. It's original. Oh, you had to send it again. It's funny. Maybe the first time it was not the proper address, but we got to the bottom of that. You know, we have to be patient sometimes. You know, because our brother Reggie was patient. You know, for decades. You know, he served this Kush coffee and Greek herbal tea for decades. He had the patience. You know, now he doesn't have the patience anymore. You know, you cut him off. You're like, F you, Tony Montana. But he paid his dues. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Choose your side well, brothers and sisters. Those people will turn against you eventually. Trust me. Check out my track record. I've been solid and consistent. Trust me. Others have been flip flopping on the fence. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you, Hotep.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medunetia class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.